Primal Fear is arguably the best legal thriller in the last 30 years. It stars Edward Norton, who was making his film debut and would receive an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor because of it. He also won a Golden Globe in the same category. It has a strong cast with a sleek 90s feel. It also has one of the most unexpected plot twists that I have ever seen. The story follows Martin Vale, a publicity-hungry lawyer played by Richard Gere, who takes on a murder case. He loves the attention and media, so he chooses to represent the defendant in a major murder case involving a young altar boy played by Edward Norton. The altar boy, named Aaron, was caught covered in blood and fled from the murder of the beloved Archbishop. At the time, Martin Vale and his team did not believe that Aaron was innocent because Aaron was covered with the Archbishop's blood, but they were still committed to winning the case. The first thing they did was investigate the Archbishop to create a case for reasonable doubt. They wanted to make a case that there was a third person who was the actual murderer. At the time, the prosecutor's office assigns the case to Jeanette, who is Martin Vale's former colleague and lover. They instruct her to push for the death penalty. In their first court hearing, Martin tells the judge that Aaron needs to be psychologically analyzed before presenting a plea, giving his team more time to come up with something. We then see Tommy, who is a part of Vale's team, visit Aaron's apartment where he is jumped and gets into a fight with an unknown man. They later on find out that the man's name was Alex, who was also an altar boy for the bishop. Vale suggested that maybe Alex killed the Archbishop, but Aaron did not believe so. We are then introduced to Molly, a neuropsychologist who is examining Aaron. The first examination went smoothly. Molly didn't notice much, just that Aaron didn't remember anything regarding the case because he blacked out. She also found out that he has a girlfriend, which Aaron hesitated to speak about. Meanwhile, Vale finds out that the Archbishop made shady real estate dealings and made very dangerous enemies because of it. He then suggested in court that the Archbishop had many enemies and even received 20 death threats, creating reasonable doubt for Aaron's involvement. At this point, Vale truly believes that Aaron is innocent, but his team doesn't. We then see Molly, the psychologist, analyzing Aaron for another session. Molly mentions Aaron's girlfriend Linda, again, which seems to irritate him. This time, he even complains about being in pain. After pushing him a little further, Aaron snaps. He becomes more serious and sinister. He then snaps back to normal. In the next scene, Martin Vale and his legal aid, Tommy, find and chase Alex, the altar boy, from the apartment. They eventually catch up to him, where he tries to stab Vale, but Tommy brings out a gun which seems to calm him down. They then ask him why he was at the apartment. He said he was looking for a tape which contained sensitive footage of him, Linda, and Aaron. They were engaged in explicit acts, but here's a shocker. They were being instructed by the Archbishop himself. So Martin Vale then goes back to the crime scene and finds the tape. He switches the tape with another and goes back to the office to review it. Whilst reviewing the tape with his team, Vale clearly sees the Archbishop and all three teens, including Aaron, doing some unsavory activities. Vale decides to confront Aaron about the tape in the middle of Aaron's session with Molly, the psychologist. Vale flat out told Aaron he didn't trust him and that he saw what was in the tape. When the tape was mentioned, Aaron was clearly disturbed. This was when something unexpected happened. Aaron turned into someone else. His mannerisms were different and he was more imposing. This is when we find out that Aaron has multiple personalities. This other personality is very different. He is more aggressive and violent. He threatens Vale and mocks Aaron for being weak. He even admits that he killed the Archbishop boastfully. The name of this personality is Roy. Roy roughs up Vale when he mentions the tape. He then suddenly returns to Aaron. We then see Martin in a bar, somewhat drunk, with a journalist. He starts talking about what motivates him to represent criminals. He loves the money and attention. But what truly motivates him is a principled belief. He truly believes that a person is innocent until proven guilty, and that not all crimes are committed by bad people. Sometimes good people do very bad things. This scene creates a depth to Vale's character. It shows a belief, a philosophy, that motivates and guides him professionally. We then see Vale explaining Aaron's multiple personalities with his team. They believe that introducing the tape to the court will help show that the Archbishop caused the abuse leading to Aaron's multiple personalities, but they can't introduce it to the court for some reason, so they come up with a plan. Tommy leaves the case in front of Janet's door. Janet catches on to Vale's plan and was not happy about it. She thinks Vale is trying to manipulate her to doing what he wants. Back at the prosecutor's office, she is instructed by her boss to destroy the tape or she won't have a job after this case. In the next scene, everyone is back at the court. Jeanette calls on Tommy to go on the stand. She makes Tommy admit to leaving the case in front of her door, which clearly shows how the tape got to her. He also explains what was in the tape, which of course shocked the people in the courthouse. Then Molly, the psychologist, is called upon the stand. Vale asks Molly her opinion on Aaron. This is when she explains to the court of his multiple personalities. Jeanette also questions Molly, but this time about her credentials, creating doubt about her credibility. The final person on the stand is Aaron himself. Vale questioned Aaron as if he believed he was the killer, and also taunted him for some reason. This made Aaron confused and visibly nervous. It was Jeanette's turn now, and by this time Aaron was stressed. Jeanette was even more aggressive with her questioning, making Aaron even more and more stressed, until...
Where the hell do you think you're going?
Excuse me?
Hey, you look at me when I'm talking to you, bitch!
Mr. Stampler!
Fuck you, lady! Come here!
Aaron snaps, bringing out Roy. He straight up attacked Jeanette, holding her in a chokehold. It took around 4 men to control and pin him on the floor. We then see Martin, Vale, and Jeanette in the judge's office. The judge decides that Aaron is not guilty, as he is insane, and sends him to a mental hospital for evaluation. Then Jeanette and Vale have a little moment. After that, we see Vale visit Aaron in a cell. Aaron looks nervous and complains of his head hurting. He also doesn't remember what happened in the courtroom. He shows his gratitude to Vale for his help. They both seem happy with the result and share a wholesome moment. He even asks Vale to tell Jeanette he's sorry for hurting her neck in the court. Vale says goodbye and walks off, until he noticed something. How does Aaron remember that he hurt Janet's neck? He confronts Aaron, who reveals everything. He killed the Archbishop and Linda, his girlfriend, who was missing. Vale then asks, so there was no Roy, which he responds to by saying,
There never was an Aaron, counselor.
So Roy killed the bishop, Linda, and tricked everyone, including his lawyer, that he had multiple personalities to avoid the death penalty. We then see a confused and regretful Martin Vale leave the building through the back door, realizing that he saved an evil person who did evil things from receiving the punishment he deserves.